our partnership with FSTOP has a direct connection with the Life on Land Sustainable Development Goal. Life on Land focuses on biodiversity and how different living organisms can get along in a shared environment. FSTOP uses this Sustainable Development Goal as a basis for their work, trying to raise awareness for the cohabitation that takes place between the Florida panther and humans. FSTOP's project we are focusing on, Crossings and Corridors, really brings this Life on Land sustainable goal to reality. Many of the roadways and pathways we also share with much wildlife. Bringing awareness to these routes that we share has drastically increased wildlife numbers in Florida the past 10 years.
This community issue is extremely important because it is a conservation effort to help save our natural wildlife. As of 2020, there are currently 37 endangered and 26 threatened Florida wildlife species, including Florida panthers, West Indian manatee, and the eastern indigo snake. These animals are essential to the Florida ecosystem and are in dire need of conservation efforts.
Florida panthers were heavily hunted after 1832 when a bounty on Florida panthers was created. They are perceived as a threat to humans, livestock, and game animals, and the panther was nearly extinct by the mid-1950s. Today, the primary threats to the remaining panther population are habitat loss, fragmentation, and degradation, as well as from development and cars. Florida panthers are very important because they are known as an umbrella species, which means the panthers are at the heart of the ecological community within their habitat. Today, only about 120 to 230 adult Florida panthers exist, primarily in Southwest Florida. Protecting panthers indirectly conserves other threatened and endangered wildlife. The FSTOP Foundation's mission is to create a positive effect in conservation by creating awareness through the use of photography. The organization is composed of a small, determined team made up of mostly volunteers who believe in the power of photography and that the content they create can help save the wonderful planet we call home. FSTOP has various different programs that bring awareness to conservation efforts of the Florida panther and other wildlife. One being Sharing the Landscape, where FSTOP partners with the Florida Wildlife Federation and homeowners. As said on their website, education is one of the most important tools to help reduce human-wildlife conflict. With this goal in mind, the FSTOP Foundation and Florida Wildlife Federation reached out to residents whose houses are located on the border of wildlife landscapes along Corkscrew Road in Lee County. Volunteers were selected and cameras were placed in their backyards to document wildlife that live and share the landscape with residents. Engaging the public to be a part of the process that captures wildlife on cameras and fosters a sense of stewardship and appreciation for wildlife. This leads to an increased tolerance and therefore less potential conflict.
Both of the photos shown here are real photos taken by FSTOP's trail cameras. The passages for animals significantly reduce the effect of fragmentation on habitats, improve the communication between populations, and limit wildlife activity within the road lane.
Installing functioning wildlife crossings at strategic points on these roads is a key component to successful wildlife corridors. We are fortunate to be able to partner with both the Florida Department of Transportation and the Florida Wildlife Corridor Organization for this project. FDOT brings to the table the desire and the ability to incorporate future wildlife crossings into road expansions that are projected to happen in the coming years, and share its growing GIS wildlife crossing website, showcasing wildlife utilizing existing crossings. The Florida Wildlife Corridor Organization works toward the goal of securing protections for the remaining 7 million acres of the 17 million acre Florida Wildlife Corridor through strategic partnerships such as ours. Wildlife crossings without habitat protections can soon become monuments to missed opportunities and reminders of what we've lost. We have an incredible opportunity right now to build in functioning wildlife corridors into future road expansions. We look forward to continuing to work with our partners, supporters, and followers on this critical project.
The Florida panther has been on the endangered species list since 1973. Today, there are about 120 to 130 Florida panthers left in the wild. Throughout the years, dozens of Florida panthers have been killed annually, mostly due to car accidents. As new development continues to expand throughout Southwest Florida, more land is being taken away from these beautiful animals. They say a picture is worth 1,000 words, and FSTOP does just that through the Crossings and Corridors program. The Crossings and Corridors program uses images and videos they capture to bring awareness to the importance of creating and maintaining these passageways. The corridor system also positively impacts conservation in Southwest Florida. The corridors connecting patches increase overall habitat quality within the watershed. They help to provide panthers along with a number of wildlife relatively safe access to a diverse amount of habitat resources that are otherwise dispersed across the environment.
The goal of our partner project with FSTOP Foundation's Crossing and Corridors is to be able to reach new audiences through social media. FSTOP is a nonprofit organization that uses cameras to capture videos and images of Florida wildlife. Our outreach program would utilize various forms of social media to reach broader audiences and direct them to FSTOP YouTube channel. With this project, we are hoping for an outcome that will increase the number of subscribers to allow monetization and to help individuals become more aware of the amazing wildlife in Florida. This is all done in an effort to help conservation efforts in Florida's wildlife. About 60% of Florida's natural fauna has been destroyed, which greatly takes a toll on the animals, forcing them across busy roads. Crossings and Corridors is helping to create safe passages for wildlife by documenting the animals that use them. Florida's wildlife greatly benefits from the ecosystem and helps us enjoy the many privileges we have today. Without the native Florida wildlife, our state's ecosystem would not exist.
My name is Savannah Davila, and I'm a Child and Youth Studies major. I'm from Tampa, Florida, and my role for the project was a social media poster/researcher.
My name is Caitlin Slingwine. I'm a bio major. I am from Omaha, Nebraska, and my role is as a social media poster and researcher.
Hi everyone, my name is Megan Black. My major is environmental studies with a concentration in ecology and a minor in climate change. I am from a small town called Waunakee, Wisconsin, and throughout this project so far, I've been playing the role as the communicator with the volunteer coordinator of FSTOP.
My name is Luke Dozman. I am an environmental studies major from Bradenton, Florida. My role was to research social media and present visual aids.